Hey everyone, it's Marshmallow. I am back with a new video, and today you are going to learn 100 things about me. The first album I ever bought, like with my own money, was the Backstreet Boys Millennium album. The first car I ever got was a Pontiac Grand Prix. My first pet, technically a Dalmatian named Pongo. We're original, but I don't remember him because I was just a baby. The first pet that I remember being around was a wiener dog named Cuddles. I had my first kiss, my first real kiss, because I had like a kindergarten kiss. My first real kiss was when I was 14 years old with my first boyfriend. My favorite gift I've ever got for my birthday, definitely my engagement ring. Chris proposed to me on my 23rd birthday, and it was very surprising. I didn't expect it coming. The weirdest gift I ever got, a noodle and a pickle from my cousin Andrea. The best thing about being an adult is following your own rules and playing lottery. It's pretty cool. The first thing I thought when I woke up on my 18th birthday was, I'm dropping out of high school. Actually, my guidance counselor in high school made me sit in his office all day because he knew that's what my plan was. And thank you, Mr. Mangello, for not letting me do that because I graduated on time with my class. My favorite movie of all time is 8 Mile. My favorite band, boy band, would be Backstreet Boys. Other band would be Sick Puppies and Bring Me the Horizon. My favorite subject in school was math. My favorite classic holiday song is the Jackson 5, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, probably. My favorite song right now is Venom by Eminem. My favorite flavor of ice cream is none. I don't like ice cream at all. I'm lactose intolerant, so it makes me 3 words to describe myself: creative, weird, and sensitive. The farthest I've ever traveled was to Oregon. What I would like to do as a career is, my videos went anywhere, that'd be amazing to do videos all day as a career and get paid for it. I also am writing a couple books and I would love them to get published, be successful, and if one day those could turn into a movie, that would be amazing. The languages I can speak are English, obviously, and I know a little bit of Spanish. I used to be pretty fluent in Spanish, but then I quit studying it. My favorite country singer right now is probably Kane Brown. But I also adore Brantley Gilbert. He's amazing. My favorite album of all time is probably Michael Jackson's History 1 and 2. Love the Eminem Show. The most recent concert I went to was Blake Shelton. No, it was not. Recent concert I went to was Trace Adkins and Toby Keith. The one song that always makes me want to get up and dance is Hey Mr. DJ by the Backstreet Boys. When I was little, I slept with a lot of stuffed animals. I had them all around my bed. The chore I hate doing the most is the dishes. It's disgusting. I need rubber gloves. My allowances when I was little, nothing. I was living there and getting food and clothes. That was my allowance. When I was a teenager, I drew a blue mustache on my mom, and when she woke up to go to work, she didn't realize it was there until someone pointed it out to her. I can do that. And I can do... My favorite thing to do at the beach is probably boogie boarding. Don't know if I do it now that I'm older and I'm afraid of the ocean, but it was always a good time doing that. Someday I would love to go back to the West Coast because it's absolutely beautiful out there. One sport I wish I could play professionally, I'd say basketball, but I'm too short, so. But I can play basketball. I'm saying I can't. I can probably do 5 push-ups in 10 seconds. My favorite slang word is probably ratchet, but I say it in a sarcastic tone. For $100, I would spin around in a chair as fast as I can for 30 seconds and then try to run for a minute straight and then try to run. If I could guest star on any TV show, it would probably be Jersey Shore. If I were a boy, my name would have been Shane Michael. I check my Twitter account at least, I'd say 10 times a day. It's not as bad as I used to be. My favorite account to follow on Instagram is probably like anything that has to do with like the 90s. Most bizarre tweet or message I ever got was, I'm not gonna say it because it was bad, but it had to do with rape. And it was just dirty and disgusting and disrespectful. Shame on you, whoever said that to me. On a weekly basis, I don't know, I just work a lot. The craziest thing I ever did was break into a house when I was 9. I think my husband is loyal, sexy, and hilarious. When I travel, I need to have my anxiety pills and my journal. I need my journal. If I could get any animal in the world, I would get another dog. I would get a golden retriever and name it Marshall. Or I would get a panda bear and name it Andy. Or a sloth and name it Poke. After work, I like to unwind by getting in my pajama pants and binge watch Netflix or YouTube videos. My most important house rule is take your shoes off at the door and put the toilet seat down. My favorite dance move of all time would have to be the shopping cart. My best trait, I would say maybe my humor. I've been known to have a temper. I own at least 1,000 Beanie Babies. I still keep them. The most amount of money I've spent on shoes was $175. And then they got stolen by some junkie. My worst habit is smoking. The most embarrassing nickname I had was MC Kite. And it was my party name, but it was embarrassing because my friends would literally scream it in public, and like, that's a no-no. So one of the most embarrassing things I've definitely done recently, I was on the trail walking with my mom and my husband. I had to pee, so I popped a squat and people walked by. I couldn't get my pants up. Finally got my pants up and my underwear was still down. I was wearing shorts so you could see my underwear, and they saw my bare ass, so that was great. If I could hire any celebrity to be my bodyguard, it'd be Dr. Dre. If I could trade places with any celebrity for a day, it would have to be Haley Jade, so that I could be like, Eminem's my daddy. The celebrity I would want to play me and Chris in a movie would be Eminem, and he acts. And then for me, I would say Mila Kunis or Emma Watson. Oh my god. Yeah. I used to think back in the day he looked like you looked like him. Now you don't with your long hair, but when it was short and dyed blonde, you did. My celebrity crush is Eminem. Duh. The first thing I notice about a guy is how tall they are. And the second thing I notice is probably their smile or eyes. The most romantic thing I've ever done was I took Chris to a place. I did not tell him where we were going. I took him to a field and we laid under the stars in sleeping bags, and I wrote him a long letter expressing my love to him. We just cuddled under the stars and it was so sweet. And I'm pretty sure he fell in love with me at that very moment. The oldest age of someone I would date would be 17 years because that's Chris. My husband is 17 years older than me and I wouldn't date anyone else. The best way to get my attention is to be funny. Something that makes me say, is Chris, and good food. The longest stretch I went without showering is probably a week. I remember I was really sick once and it was pushing maybe over a week. I just laid in bed and died. If I could change anything about my physical appearance, it would be my weight, because I have struggled with it my whole life and it's a really huge insecurity for me. My nose. I really like my nose. If I could take only one thing to a deserted island with me, would be my journal. If I could have any superpower, it would be probably read minds or to transport anywhere. Like just boom, and now I'm in Oregon visiting my family. And I can take Chris with me with my superpower. I would like to read minds. Then I could know what you're really thinking. Right before I go to bed, I try to write, but I always have a snack because I'm a fatty. Don't. You're gonna be embarrassed. Don't. Jerk. I get my dance moves from a potato. My most embarrassing moment ever, falling off the stage, my kindergarten play. My favorite song to sing in the shower is any Backstreet Boys song. I jam. The celebrity that inspires me is Chris Farley. I had a food fight once in high school. These people kept throwing food at my friends and I, so we retaliated and it was great. The last text I sent I think just said aw. The last celebrity I interacted with on social media was Leah from Teen Mom 2 and her boyfriend. I think the most disgusting food is onions and bacon. Ugh. The craziest rumor I ever heard about myself was that I lost my virginity in 5th grade on a freaking ride at an amusement park. What? Oh, another rumor I've heard that's just crazy is that I owe $6,000. Bitch, you didn't give me no $6,000. Fuck out of here. Said that they loaned me the money for your surgery and I never paid them back. 3 things you will always find in my fridge is milk, ketchup, and Gatorade. I'm a huge fan of the Backstreet Boys and I am not ashamed of it. I was actually kind of scared to meet Chris. I mean, I had known him, but like meeting up with him, I was terrified. But turned out great, obviously. One word people might say I say weird is milk and pillow. I don't get it. I am terrified of bats. The first concert I ever went to was the Backstreet Boys for their Millennium Tour. I was like 7. I realized I wanted to do videos when I was about 9 years old. My cousin got her first camcorder. Wow, my age is showing. Her first camera, and we started making like crazy videos together, and it just kind of stuck. I can play the drums. If I could play any instrument, it'd be an acoustic guitar. My favorite smell would have to be, I like sweet pea, and I like Phoenix, Phoenix. Favorite vacation spot? Love the West Coast, so like Oregon. And I also love the beach. My next goal is to get pregnant. My next big purchase is going to be probably Chris's Christmas presents. I hope one day I can be a mom and have my own family. My motto in life is everything happens for a reason. My favorite karaoke song would probably be Ben, Michael Jackson, because I literally sang that for karaoke before when I was little. If I was to be a character in Harry Potter, I don't know who I would be specifically, but I would definitely be in Hufflepuff because I'm a Hufflepuff. The very first thing I learned how to cook was probably spaghetti. The first time I ever tried sushi, I was a teenager. My brother, Jim, convinced me to try it and I thought it was disgusting. I can't touch my tongue to my nose. Not even close. The most important person in my life is Chris, my mom, my dad, and my brother. Weird mole or freckle that I have the same identical mole on my hands. It's like a mirror image. And the last, it's 101. The craziest thing I've ever done to show someone I like them. Waited for 5 years. I mean, I dated, but I just waited. For who? For my husband. So that was 101 things about me. If you like this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. It would mean the whole world to me. More videos are coming. And follow me on social media. All my usernames and links are down in the description below. And I follow back. And I am out like a boner in sweatpants. And I will see you on the flip side. Bye.